lovely internet. So for today's video, it's gonna be a little bit different because we are asking questions for our parents that you guys asked.
They may have a life outside of them, but not so much outside of us.
But you know how sometimes they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger?
But that was one of our goals, ultimately, was to move to North Carolina.
How did you pay off your house so soon back in Illinois?
Oh, and here.
Well, yeah, and here, because it kind of transferred.
Yeah.
Paying off here was easy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, tell us about signing a loan. How easy is that?
Oh my gosh.
Grayson.
He's just having a seat.
Yeah, he's having a seat.
So we started following the financial fitness program. I know that you guys have heard about that. And when we first started, it was simple things. Like there's like 47 principles, and I can honestly say we probably follow about 10 of them religiously. And it was more so of picking what was going to work best for us, what was going to be something that we could do consistently, because as like being on a diet, if you're keeping yourself from eating specific things that you love, you're not going to succeed long term. So we really started just digging into a few things at a time. And then as we do that, we start seeing results. It really makes it that you want to do more. It's like, hey, look at the progress we're having here. This credit card's paid off, and then we're rolling that balance over, and it's just like it just got exciting to open up the bills and see what progress you're making. It just kind of started snowballing, and then the more you do it, it makes it so much easier, and it's just making that decision.
Yeah.
And sticking with it.
Yeah. And it's having people around you that support what you're doing, because we tried other programs before, and then when we tried this one, we had people around us that were supporting us in the decisions that we were making, and they were encouraging us. And that was huge. So once we had that encouragement, it just made a huge difference.
And how many signatures did you have to sign on this house since you were able to pay cash?
We each had to sign once.
One time.
Like when we went to the closing, we had planned on being there for 45 minutes to an hour. And the attorney slides a piece of paper over, we sign it, pass it back, and then we're talking to our realtor, and he's like, a couple minutes went by, and we're like, what's going on? He says, that's it, that's all you need. So that was pretty exciting.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I will say that if we had not done those things, us being here would not be possible. That we were so far in debt and so far behind that it just would not have been possible at all. I definitely wouldn't have been able to get down here and have her not working. I took a significant pay cut coming down here, but we could do that because we didn't have a mortgage to pay.
Yeah.
So a lot of benefits. I encourage everybody.
How did you meet your spouse?
I'll go first. What?
You?
Yeah. Don't you think?
No.
What, are you going to have different stories?
No.
Apparently.
Okay.
No.
I'll go
I'm
first.
Teresa.
I'll go last.
I was on my way to Minneapolis, and I stopped at my friend's work and to say hi, that I was going to be back in a few days, and came back, and she's like, did you notice anybody when you came in? I'm like, no, there was some guy there, but I didn't pay attention. I was in a hurry, so she said, he wants to meet you.
We're going to stop there?
Yeah. I'd like to hear you tell.
So, there is an age difference between us. I was 20 years old at the time, had just moved to Minnesota to take a job, and literally the first couple weeks, she walked in, and I was
Smitten.
I was definitely interested. Her friend Laura set up a meeting. We were supposed to meet at a bar. I was not old enough to get into the bar to go. And,
Legally.
I'm 5 years older than him, so yeah.
I'll just say my last night in Illinois, my fake ID got taken away. So I wasn't. So you guys are hearing a lot of stuff. That these guys are sitting behind the camera like, what? Yeah. So we weren't able to meet. There was probably another week or so after that, and we met. And, really been together ever since.
We met at church, and
Nice nails.
Yeah.
well, my opening line, she was sitting in the pew in front of me, and I thought, say something. So I looked down, and I wasn't going to say nice legs because that wouldn't be right. And so I said, nice nails, and she goes, thanks, they're fake. I had told my pastor that we needed, that there were a number of us, unfortunately, that were getting divorced, and we needed something because we kind of felt ostracized a little bit. And the more I'm talking to him, the more he starts to grin, and I asked if I was amusing him. He said, no, you're just the guy to head it up. So I started a kind of a divorce group, and Tammy became a member. Now that we never actually dated prior to, finishing that, but
No.
it wasn't terribly long afterwards.
But that's probably why when you did finally ask me out, it was after that class. That
What did you say when I first asked
I
you out?
said no.
You said absolutely not. And I said that kind of wasn't the answer I was looking at, and she goes, I'm kidding. And I went, oh, this is going to be fun.
There is an age difference between them too.
Yeah. Just a little
14 years.
Oh.
What's 14 years a month?
We always like to say that Tim was in the army when my mom was playing with Barbie dolls.
Yeah, I actually said that.
My question, if you could only play one game for the rest of your life, I know Patrick's answer probably, but everyone else, one game for the rest of your life, you only play one.
Smear.
What is it? Of course it's Smear. Smear.
Really? Not Dutch Blitz?
No, I will never play that game again, ever. I've made
That's
that
a hard
clear.
one.
I don't know. Smear's a good one because I grew up playing that, so
Yeah.
that's what I grew
And
up
Patrick
playing.
loves being my partner.
Everybody loves being your partner.
Yes, yeah.
I'd have to say Settlers.
I was gonna say Settlers.
I would say backgammon, but nobody wants to play backgammon.
We
Nobody
used to
knows
play that.
how to play
I will
backgammon.
teach you.
Okay, I'm
I
willing
have
to learn.
So
I still have a lot to learn in that game.
3 Settlers and 1 Smear.
What is something that you hope to leave as a legacy in general or to your kids and grandkids?
Is this your question?
No, this is somebody's
Really?
question.
That sounds like your question. Wow.
Well, I added in general because this just says to your kids and grandkids.
We hear so often about our family dynamic being so different, and I really think that this should be the norm. This is how it used to be, that families were together all the time, and it's refreshing, and I think it's phenomenal that we have what we have.
I think it definitely boils down to the right relationships, and that right relationship starts with God. He's the one that taught us how to love everybody and to respect everybody, and so if you do that and you follow through with what He teaches us in the Bible, then your families are strong too, and you have the relationships that we have.
I would add to that. I mean, certainly the importance of faith, outweighs this. But I would like for my children and grandchildren to have a much better appreciation of history and why that's important. We need to know where we've been, so we need to know how to go on from there.
So the next question is geared towards my mother. Was it a difficult choice to let another man in your life when you already had kids?
No.
That was short.
Maybe they were supposed to be much deeper than that, but I mean, it did help that our kids were all, at least our older kids were all good friends.
Yeah, Molly
So,
and Crystal were like best
Tim
friends.
went to our church, our kids were older, so they were good friends, and so I think the harder part was not so much letting another person into your life as much as it was, at least for Tim and I think the dynamics of raising kids, because we're 14 years apart, there's a different
Very different
generation
parenting
here. And so this generation versus this generation's thinking was probably harder than deciding to make that decision. Because the decision is a decision of the heart. So that's, you know, one of the things that we look at, and we, you know, for Tim and I, we both worshiped the same. We had a lot of similarities and things like that, but it was more getting on track generationally. That was probably the harder part.
Funniest story with or of your spouse?
It's gonna be a two-part.
Well, I have to say that I couldn't think of anything for him offhand, but I burst out laughing because I know what his is going to be for me.
We were at her mom and dad's in Tennessee, and it was,
It's
if you can see Ryan. And there was a playground that was, I don't know, it was supposed to be close, but it was a pretty long walk. We walked down there, and it was cold. We had hat and gloves and stuff on, and we find this uneven bars. And Teresa gets out there and says, "Oh, you can spin around on here." And she did half a spin. And fell fat.
No, wait a minute. Here. I grew up, my grandma's house, my great-grandma's had this just metal bar railing on the stairs. So I would put on hang on the back of my knees and flip around. But when we did this, when we went to the park, they had that bar, and so I got on there and I flipped around and jumped off. Nobody saw me. So I was like, guys, you gotta watch that.
Nobody saw it.
So, but I had my little gloves on, you know, and it was slippery and I couldn't hold on. And I went around and flat on my face.
Broke your glasses.
Was bleeding from her nose.
I had what is that, the little wood chips in my face, and it was, I mean, I was laughing so hard. And we go back to my mom and dad's house, and my mom's just like, "What did you do?"
How old?
They were laughing so hard.
It
I don't know
was
how old
probably
were you?
15 years ago.
Yeah, how old
Oh
were
my
you?
gosh,
Must
are
have
you
been
nuts?
9, maybe 8, 9.
No, I think I was older than that.
Now, that's
I was
something that
probably-
you would have tried to do too.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
it was
definitely.
Yes, it is.
It was like it was perfect the first time, but
That nobody saw. Allegedly,
have
it
no
happened
proof.
perfect.
Yeah.
I know I did it.
What is something that you used to do in your pastime
That
that you don't do anymore? Something you used to do to pass time. Some kind of hobby, something like that that you used to do that you don't anymore. I know what yours is, Mom.
Great, share with me.
Well, she still does that.
That
in
was
a way.
Not
No,
the way
no,
she
no.
did.
Oh yeah, that was hardcore
Okay,
dumpster
yes.
diving.
Oh,
Dumpster diving. Yeah, no, that was something my cousin introduced me to, and that was, yeah, we used to be serious.
Yeah,
You
I
and
got.
Dawn?
She called, yeah, Dawn. She called me up one day and she was just like, "Do you want to go dumpster diving?" I'm like, "What's that?" And she goes, "Well, you gotta go." She's like, "I'll meet you at this address at, I don't know, it was like 11 o'clock at night or something." 11 o'clock at night? What are we doing? So I get there. She said, "Bring a flashlight." I'm like, "Okay." So I get there at 11 o'clock at night with this flashlight, and she's like, "Hop in." I'm like, "The dumpster?" So we hop in the dumpster, and it was some lady had died, and we were starting to go through it, and this lady bought every curtain on sale. So there was like tons. I mean, we used to resell stuff, so we used to go to resale stores and stuff like that and buy and sell stuff before this dumpster diving experience. But we probably made about $2,000 off that dumpster just with all the curtains she bought, birthday cards that she didn't open, or she left the money in it. It's like cash. Oh yeah, cash. You see the look on Ryan's face. I think we pulled out
Ryan's like, we need to go dumpster diving.
maybe $60 in cash or something like that. I mean, we were kind dumpster divers. We didn't get cash back, but we just put like family photos that were in there. We put them on the porch, you know, and then leave them there for the next day.
Tim,
What
what'd
was
you
that
do?
former pastime we wrote?
I used to play a lot of backgammon. We'll just leave it at that.
Teresa?
Through bloodshot eyes.
Well, I tried to do the scrapbooking, but that didn't work out so well because I had to put everything away when I was done. But I think the biggest thing, one thing that I did when the boys were younger, is I did a lot of coupon. Because I had like a bin, and because a lot of the stores would
Stream coupons.
take expired coupons and
coupons.
double coupons and
Did you ever
Saved
get
a
like
lot
that
of money.
$100 down to $3 experience?
a couple times.
Like this is advice to anybody who's got little kids, especially like 3-year-olds and between 3 and maybe 10 or something. You should go the day after Christmas to all the stores that had all the kids' toys, and then you buy a whole bunch of them for like $2-3 a piece or something. And then we put them in a box, and then whenever there was this birthday party that inevitably your kids never told you about until the day before they had to go, you pull down the box, and okay, go shopping, and then they pick out what they want to take with them. And so it worked out really good.
I'd say for us, and I'll talk for us, is we used to watch TV all the time. Like literally, we could tell you what the TV schedule was, what shows we watched. I mean, it was a tremendous waste of time that we can't get back. So if you're doing that, stop it.
The TV was literally always on
Yep.
at
The
home.
minute somebody walked in the house, that was the first thing that
Even if even if nobody was in the living room watching, it was on playing in the background.
I was raised in front of it, and I mean,
Now it drives me crazy. Even
I
if we
know.
go to restaurants, it drives me crazy
Yeah,
when
and
the
it's just
TV's
playing in the
on.
background. Like, can
Yeah.
we turn it off?
Yeah.
please?
What is one tradition you brought from your childhood into raising your own kids?
Baking, there's one.
There you go.
Baking.
Mm-hmm.
My mom always baked, so yeah, that would be one.
well,
So I bake with my grannies.
Oh,
I
and the
would-
half birthday.
Half birthday, that's another one, but that was for my grandmother. But, yeah,
But still.
yeah. So
Passed down
your
tradition.
half birthday, yes, definitely. But
So
not,
the-
it's not like
Unbirthday.
a full. It's not like a full-on thing. It's just like you get a little cake and a little gift out of the $3 bin that came from Christmas. Yeah.
one of the things that I love doing is working with my hands and in the garage and doing little projects and stuff like that. And it was unbeknownst to me, but now that my daughter Caitlin, who's still up in Illinois, she's got some power tools, and she is into doing restoring things into little projects.
I would say for me, it was
Greyson.
always family dinners. We always sat down as a family, and that was something that we always tried to do at our house. And I think that was probably one of the most.
And Star Wars, great days.
And Star Wars. Yeah. And I have to tell you, we went out to TGI Fridays today, and it was so cool because Revelin, no, it was Lee,
Very, yeah.
pointed out the Star Wars toys, and I told Tim, I said, that's a mark of a child that's been raised right.
This question is, what is your favorite thing to do with each grandchild, or just your favorite thing about each grandchild?
Rensley and I like to lay under the Christmas tree and look at the lights. That's pretty awesome. Gotta try that. If you've never tried that with a baby, you gotta try that. That was good.
Oh, I tell you, I think Ari, she is so inquisitive. She will try and figure things out,
Yeah.
but she likes to take things apart.
Yes.
Yeah,
love that
she
about
much reminds me of her uncle. And Revelin, she is so observant. Oh my goodness. She just pays attention to everything.
Yeah.
I wore my Chicago Fire shirt, and Patrick said, I'm gonna wear my shirt too. And as soon as he walked down the stairs, she's like, you have the same shirt. She's just so observant. She
Yep.
just loves to pay attention to things, little things. So
The other day I was, in fact, if you've watched the video, you've seen where I was asking Ari if she had the hiccups. That was very fun for me, filming that. And I'm glad that you guys kept it in there.
Yeah, I think with Ari, it's definitely fun to see how her mind works. You can't like really go right up to her though and just say, and just dove into something. You have to kind of come at it from the back, if it makes sense, from the back door. Like if she's doing something and you walk in on her, she's normally kind of, I don't want to talk to anybody kind
Yeah.
of person. But if you just, like one day I walked into her room, I just went to the window and started sticking her little suction cup things on her window. Didn't say a word to her, but I just started sticking them on there. And then I looked over kind of like about a foot from her and I said, can I have that one? And I just kept sticking them on there and she walked over and then she started doing it. And it's kind of neat to see how her mind works. She definitely is always thinking.
Yeah, she definitely has a mechanical.
Revelin is all about I spy. I spy, I spy,
that's
I spy.
that observing.
Yes.
Observing things.
What's the best trip you've ever been on?
Hawaii. Our second,
Maui.
our second trip
yeah,
to Hawaii.
The second
Come
one.
on, why not the first one?
Why did the first one pick?
No,
The
the first one was good.
That was, yeah, 10-year anniversary. We went to Kauai,
Hawaii.
but we were not in the place financially. We shouldn't have gone.
Shouldn't have gone.
Paid everything on credit cards. Came back. We stressed about money the whole time we were there.
Every decision
Every
we made
decision
while we were
made.
there on that trip revolved around money. Let's do
Yeah.
this. We can't
Yeah.
afford that. It was a settle
Grayson?
for. We didn't take the helicopter tour. We took the ATV tour. We didn't go to this restaurant. We went grocery shopping and cooked our own food in Hawaii. How cool is that?
Yeah. So
Our second trip to Hawaii was the best so far.
we did everything we wanted to do, and everything was paid for before we even left. So
Money
It was
never
awesome.
never even was a question. If we wanted to do it, we did it. And it was 2 weeks. It was phenomenal.
tribute to the financial fitness program.
Yep.
First or second honeymoon?
Ooh. I'd have to say Arizona.
Sedona, Arizona.
You know those Mayan ruin type things, and you know the
You mean the,
Yeah.
that was
And-
fun.
and the
Don't go into detail on that. I'd like to add one that I had with my daughters. We actually went to a vacation farm. It's for people that aren't, that aren't used to being on a farm or whatever.
If you enjoyed this video,
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up.
Yes.
hit
And
that
if you want,
subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button too.
Subscribe so much.
And it's always.
Always, we'll see your wonderful faces on Thursday.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay,
Grayson?
everyone smile.
Good job, Grayson.
All right.